I think the greatest thrill you can have as a lawyer is standing up in court next to a client who's seeking asylum and saying to that person, you never have to go back home, you're safe now.
I remember my first asylum case, I went to the hearing officer interview, and I was struck by the fact that most people in the waiting room did not seem to have counsel. They were there on their own.
So as a lawyer, you really have the opportunity to save somebody's life and to add tremendous value to a case in a way that they just couldn't do by themselves.
You bring a set of common legal skills. You know how to do interviews, you know how to do legal research, you know how to do legal writing. These are all the essential skills of bringing an asylum case.
I had no idea what I was doing, frankly. I didn't even know where the immigration court was. I had never taken an immigration case. I never took a course in immigration law.
I think there's two main ways that you get training. First, Human Rights First offers training. They offer it regularly in all the cities in which they work. You can attend that training and get the materials that they provide, especially when you take a new case.
I was given the case that was in Arlington Immigration Court of a Nigerian pro-democracy activist and his family of 5 children and a wife. Human Rights First was right there with me every step of the way, but it really was the first time when I had sole responsibility for a client and really had somebody's future in my hands.
The other way you get training is taking an asylum case. There is no training that anyone can provide that really adequately prepares you for the emotional experience of having an asylum case.
It was in some ways overwhelming, in some ways life-changing. And since that time, I've been working on asylum cases really nonstop. I've always had an asylum case on my desk.
These are folks that have fled trauma that we really can't even imagine. All of them stood up for ideals that I think to a certain extent we take for granted. They stood up for justice. They stood up for freedom, they stood up for belief, and they've paid an incredible price for it. And now it's our opportunity as Americans to welcome them and to say, this is an amazing country, it is full of promise and opportunity, and we'd love to have you come here and see this as your new adoptive home. It really inspires you, I think, as an American for why this country is so wonderful.